Welcome to Vivid English Avenue, where we learn English through powerful stories that change the way you think and speak. Today's story will grip your heart and grow your English skills. Let's begin. In a small, beautiful valley surrounded by green hills, there was a quiet village called Sunnyvale. The air in Sunnyvale always smelled of fresh grass and warm earth. The people who lived there were kind, simple, and hardworking. Among them were two young men who lived side by side as neighbors. Their names were Leo and Daniel. Leo was a young man with bright eyes, but he was always in a rush. He walked fast, talked fast, and constantly checked his old pocket watch. He hated waiting. If a line at the bakery was too long, he would leave without bread. If a book took too long to read, he would skip to the final page. "Life is short," Leo often said. "Why should I wait when I can move fast?" Daniel, on the other hand, was different. He was calm, soft-spoken, and moved with steady steps. When he worked, he gave all his attention to the present moment. Daniel understood that the world had its own natural rhythm. You cannot force the sun to rise early, and you cannot force the river to flow faster. One spring morning, the village leader made an announcement in the central square. "My dear friends," the leader said with a smile, "the winter was cold, but the spring is rich. The village council is offering a prize. We will give 2 identical bags of golden wheat seeds to Leo and Daniel. Both of you have a piece of good land. In 4 months, at the end of summer, we will inspect your gardens. Whoever brings the grandest, healthiest harvest will win a gold coin and the title of Master Gardener." Leo's heart raced with excitement. "A gold coin! And everyone will know I am the best," he thought. He took his bag of seeds and ran back to his house immediately. Daniel accepted his bag with a respectful bow. He held the small, hard seeds in his hand and felt grateful for the opportunity. That very afternoon, both men started working in their gardens. A low wooden fence separated their land so they could easily see each other working. Leo worked with wild energy. He dug up the dirt as fast as he could, throwing soil in every direction. He pushed the seeds deep into the ground, covered them up quickly, and poured buckets and buckets of water on top. "Grow, grow, grow," he whispered impatiently. "I will make sure my wheat grows faster than Daniel's." Daniel took his time. He cleared the garden of small rocks and dry leaves. He loosened the dark, rich soil with his tools. Gentle and deliberate with every movement, he carefully placed each seed at the perfect depth, giving them enough space to breathe. Then he sprinkled just the right amount of water over the soil, softly, like spring rain. That night, Leo could not sleep. He tossed and turned in his bed. Are the seeds working? He wondered. Are they dry? Are they dead? What is happening under the dirt? At 3 o'clock in the morning, Leo could not resist anymore. He grabbed a lantern, walked out into the cold night air, and went to his garden. He knelt in the dirt, took a small wooden stick, and dug up one of his seeds. He held it close to the light. Nothing had happened. It was still just a seed. Maybe it needs more air, Leo said to himself. He pushed it back into the soil and moved the dirt around. The next day, Daniel woke up early. He walked into his garden, looked at the quiet dirt, and smiled. He knew the seeds were warm underground. He watered them lightly, removed a few tiny weeds, and then he walked away to do his daily work. He trusted the earth. Leo, however, was filled with anxiety. Every morning, Every afternoon and every evening, he went to his garden with a shovel. He could not stop himself. He dug up 3 seeds in the morning to check if tiny white roots were growing. He dug up 5 seeds in the afternoon to see if they were wet enough. "Leo, my friend," Daniel said kindly across the wooden fence one afternoon. "What are you doing? You are disturbing the dirt every few hours. The seeds need quiet time to rest and push their roots into the earth." "You don't understand, Daniel," Leo shouted nervously, wiping sweat from his forehead. "If I don't check them, how will I know if they are growing? What if they are stuck? What if they need my help? I am managing my crop. I am moving fast." Daniel shook his head gently. "You cannot pull a plant to make it grow faster, Leo. You must give it water, sunlight, and time." Days turned into weeks. Soon, small green shoots began to peek through the dark soil in Daniel's garden. They were straight, vibrant, and bright green. Daniel watered them every morning and removed the bad weeds. He gave them space, and the shoots grew tall and strong under the golden sun. In Leo's garden, the picture was very different. Where he had dug up the soil again and again, the earth was dry, mixed up, and broken. Some seeds had been ruined by his sharp tools. Other seeds had dried out because their delicate young roots were exposed to the hot afternoon sun every time Leo checked them. Only a few weak, pale green shoots came out of the ground, and they looked crooked and tired. Leo panicked. "Why is my garden failing?" he cried out. "I gave them so much attention. I worked twice as hard as Daniel. This soil must be bad." To fix the problem, Leo tried to do even more. He poured huge amounts of water into his garden, turning the earth into sticky, thick mud. Then, thinking the plants needed heat, he built small covers over them, blocking the fresh air. He was doing everything except the one thing the plants actually needed. He was not giving them peace. Meanwhile, summer arrived in full warmth. The sun shone bright and bright over Sunnyvale. Daniel's garden was now a stunning sight. Tall, majestic stalks of wheat moved gracefully in the summer breeze. They turned from bright green to a breathtaking golden yellow. The heads of wheat were full, heavy, and rich. When the wind blew, Daniel's garden sounded like a soft, whispering ocean of gold. Leo's garden was a sad disaster. Most of his plants had rotted in the heavy mud. The few stalks that survived were short, thin, and held no wheat at all. Leo sat on the dirt, his clothes covered in mud, and tears of frustration rolled down his cheeks. He had worked so hard. He had put so much energy into his garden every single day. Why did he have nothing to show for it? At the end of summer, the village leader and the neighbors gathered at the 2 gardens. Everyone stood in silence, looking at the contrast between the 2 plots of land. On one side was Leo's messy garden, filled with ruined earth and dead stems. On the other side was Daniel's magnificent golden field, overflowing with life and abundance. The village leader walked up to Daniel and handed him the gold coin. "Daniel," the leader said warmly, "you have produced the greatest harvest our village has seen in years. You are truly a master gardener." Leo stepped forward, his voice trembling. "Sir, I don't understand. I cared about my garden so much. I spent hours every day checking my seeds, digging them up to make sure they were safe, watering them continuously. Daniel barely touched his garden compared to me. Why did hard work fail me?" The village leader placed a gentle hand on Leo's shoulder. "Leo, hard work is important, but control is not the same as care. A seed does not grow because you force it. It grows because you create the right environment and then step back. By digging up your seeds every day, you destroyed the microscopic roots before they could hold onto the earth. You were so afraid of waiting that you killed your own success. Leo looked down at his muddy shoes. For the first time in his life, he truly understood. His problem was not a lack of effort. His problem was impatience. He had allowed his fear and desire for fast results to ruin something that required time and natural growth. He turned to Daniel with a humble look. Daniel, I am sorry I didn't listen to you. Will you teach me how to be patient? Daniel smiled, put his arm around Leo's shoulder, and said, Of course, my friend. We can plant new seeds together tomorrow. And this time, we will let them sleep. From that day on, Leo changed. He realized that learning a new skill, building a good life, or growing a garden all follow the same law of nature. Good things take time, and rushing only ruins the process. Let's quickly learn 5 powerful words from today's story to improve your English vocabulary. 1. Patiently, adverb. Doing something calmly without getting angry or upset when waiting. Explanation. Used to describe an action done with patience. Example from the story. The other waters them patiently and eventually grows a massive, beautiful harvest. 2. Identical adjective. Exactly the same in every single way. Explanation. Used when 2 or more things are 100% alike. Example from the story. We will give 2 identical bags of golden wheat seeds to Leo and Daniel. 3. Anxiety, noun. A strong feeling of worry, nervousness, or fear about what might happen. Explanation. An emotional state of feeling deeply stressed or uncertain. Example from the story. Leo, however, was filled with anxiety. 4. Delicate, adjective. Easily damaged, broken, or hurt, soft and fragile. Explanation. Describes objects or living things that need soft handling. Example from the story. Tintijar because their delicate young roots were exposed to the hot afternoon sun. 5. Abundance, noun. A very large quantity of something good. More than enough. Explanation. Used to describe rich plenty or wealth of something. Example from the story. On the other side was Daniel's magnificent golden field, overflowing with life and abundance. To truly master these new vocabulary words and improve your speaking fluently, please rewind this video and listen to the story one more time. Try using the shadowing technique. Speak the words out loud together with the narrator to practice your pronunciation and accent. If this story touched your heart and gave you peace today, please hit the like button, subscribe to Vivid English Avenue, and share this video with a friend who is learning English. Comment below with the word patience so I know you finished the video. Keep practicing every day, and remember, your English is growing even when you can't see the roots yet.